background of the play is it's 1942, and it's in Vichy, France, which is was at the time was just being occupied by the Germans. And the whole point of the story is really that we get to see the disbelief on the inhabitants of Vichy, France, in not understanding, well, this isn't supposed to be happening and what's going on. It was when Germany was starting their sweep across Europe, and after Poland, France was one of the strongholds that they wanted to secure, and they did it in Vichy because they had the sympathizers were the police in Vichy and the military in Vichy. It opens up with there are 6 men and a boy who are being detained. They can't fathom why they're there. They're speculating and they're going back and forth, and there's a variety of personalities. The dynamics of seeing who these people are is really what's intriguing about the play. But they've been herded there for a specific reason, and the plot of the play really is the discovery of what that reason is and how they each react to the news of why they're there. I wanted to direct Vichy for a long time. I actually did Vichy the last time it was done in Cincinnati at the Playhouse in the Park in 1972. I played one of the prisoners. I was in college at the time. The play stuck with me for a lot of years. And over the last, I'd say, 5 to 6 years, I really wanted to direct it because I've gotten much more into directing in the last 10 to 15 years. And nobody wanted to do it. So I decided, well, you know, they say if you want to do something, do it yourself. So that's what I did, producing and directing it. And the reason I really wanted to do it, especially in today's climate, really one of the major themes is how the role of the bystander is just as much a factor in deciding the outcome of things as the person who's perpetrating it. It really is thematically something that can hit home to everyone and everyone can relate to on some level. You don't have to be Jewish, you don't have to have been persecuted over in Europe. There's persecution going on, racism going on all the time, even unfortunately today, and that's what's so timely about the piece. I think people will be riveted and fascinated by the dynamics of the characters and the interaction, as well as the storyline. And you know, it's a chilling story. I think there'll be some tears, but it's uplifting at the same time. You know, I hope what it does, if nothing else, it gets people to think that, 1, this actually did happen, 2, it must never, ever happen again, and 3, I hope it lets them realize that if they do see something that in their gut and in their heart they know is wrong, that they stand up for it regardless of what the consequences may be. The story is relevant today with regard to the liberation of the camps 75 years ago, in that it's really a story about how the camps came to be. The pictures they show and that you see in the Holocaust museums, and when they reflect on that, people say, how would people let that happen? Both people who were the bystanders and the people who were participants. I mean, why would they let that happen to themselves? I think this is very relevant now to answer that question because you get different perspectives of people who are involved. The production, I believe, is special for several reasons. One is, to the best of my knowledge, it has never been done in Cincinnati since 1972. And, you know, one of the other things I think that makes this production special is the fact that the cast is a very strong cast. I think the setting, it's being done at Liberty Exhibition Hall, which is really the first theater in Ohio. It was started as a vaudeville theater way back when, and it's a very unique setting because of that in itself. You would think something from 1964 that was written and that reflected an era back in the 40s and late 30s would not be relevant anymore. And it's probably as, if not more relevant than it was when it was written. I personally think that it's a piece that anybody who has any humanity really needs to see.